Hello, today we are going to learn how to write a comparison and contrast essay. What exactly is a comparison and contrast essay? It is an essay evaluating the similarities and differences between two subjects. These subjects will be in the same category, but different. You may compare and contrast two different kinds of pets or two novels from the same historical time period. Maybe you are thinking that writing an essay about just one subject is hard enough. Where do you even begin with a coherent essay about two topics? Don't worry, here is a step-by-step guide to writing a great comparison and contrast essay. Step number 1. Choose your subject. Remember that your two subjects must be different but still in the same category to create a meaningful compare and contrast essay. For example, if you want to write about two different historical figures, it makes sense to choose two great artists rather than an artist and a politician. For example, Magliani and Picasso. Step 2. Brainstorm similarities and differences. Make two lists, one list for the similarities and another for difference. If you are a visual person, a Venn diagram can facilitate this process. Simply create two overlapping circles, one for each of the topics that you are comparing. This is a useful visual aid because it organizes similarities and differences clearly. Step 3. Hone in your own argument. A good compare and contrast essay goes beyond a simple listening of similarities and differences to make a meaningful statement about a larger topic. When you look at the list you've made, what strikes you as significant? What do the similarities and differences say about the topic? That will be your main argument. Step 4. Decide on your organizational structure. There are many possibilities for structuring a compare and contrast essay. You could write about one subject in detail and then switch to the other. Let's say you are comparing and contrasting women and men. You could write two paragraphs about qualities that are common to women along with some that they share with men. Then you will focus on men in the next section. You can also go point by point throughout the essay. In this case, your first body paragraph might say, while men may not always show compassion for the problems of others, they are usually more likely to actually to do something to fix these problems. You could also on similarities first and then differences. In this case, your first body paragraph might read, the male and female brain are alike and both men and women perform better when they feel appreciated and valued. Choose a structure that makes sense for your argument. Step 5. Write an outline. Craft an outline that fits the structure you have chosen. Traditionally, an essay consists of an introductory paragraph, three body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Consider including four body paragraphs instead to give balance to your two subjects. Step 6. Fill in supporting evidence. As you begin to write your essay, back up your assertions with evidence from research, reading, or personal experience. If you are comparing and contrasting cats and dogs, use personal anecdotes about friends and their pets to bolster your argument. If you are writing about similarities and differences between the poetry of Shakespeare and Keats, include plenty of quotes from their poems to support your statements. With any information that you include, be sure to explain why it matters in the context of your larger argument. Step 7. Craft your essay with strong transitional words. Transitional words give your essay nice flow from one statement to the next. When comparing, use words like both, likewise, and similarly. Words such as nonetheless, on the other hand, and whereas are ideal for forming a contrast. Step 8. Proofread and revise carefully. Once you have finished, read your essay several times to check spelling, grammar, and punctuation. Make use of spell check, grammar check tools in your word processing program. If possible, get a friend to cast a fresh pair of eyes on it to find mistakes you might have missed. We often have difficulty reading our own work objectively and can miss silly mistakes. Follow this step and you will be well on your way to writing a comparing and contrast essay that can't fail to impress your reading audience.